traffic management and transportation, health and environment, education and technology, making Lagos a 21st century economy, entertainment and tourism. These are the visionary strategic pillars that has transformed the city of Lagos. Let's talk progress on the City of Lagos TV show. Thanks for joining us.
Good day, Lagosians. My name is Engineer Mrs. Aramide Adeyoye. I'm the Special Advisor to the Governor on Works and Infrastructure. Lagos is the center of excellence. Everybody says it. So it's not surprising that we're also experiencing enormous construction work going on in the city. It's for the good of all. And at the end of the day, we'll all be happy and proud. But above all, when we provide this infrastructure, I always say, Lagosians, we must take ownership of this infrastructure from day one. I urge you all to keep faith with this administration as we provide this infrastructure. None of them will leave abandoned. We will ensure that we complete all of the things that we have desired to start. We'll finish it so that at the end of the day, it is fit for your purpose, for use, and it's something, an asset that every Lagosian will be proud of having now and in the near future. Igbega Ikileko, Ajumoshenio. Together, we can do it.
You're still watching the City of Lagos TV show. Well, for us, information management and dissemination is quite important when you talk about governance, especially for a very strategic state like Lagos. And so today we're going to be taking a look at some quite important issues, more like giving an update on some of the key achievements of the Lagos state government under the able leadership of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And of course, there is no other person that can do that effectively if not the image maker and the voice of the government, talking about the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy. It's our pleasure to welcome Mr. Gbenga Omotosho. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
As the image maker of the government, it is quite expedient to hear your voice at every point in time, giving us update on major significant achievements, efforts, initiatives, programs of the government. Can you give us an update on some key achievements and initiatives of the government in the area of infrastructure, education, health, of course, around the team's agenda?
Thank you so much for that very important question. In the past 3 years, it's been very exciting for the administration of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, in the area of infrastructure, education, human development, and in so many aspects of governance from the point of view of many Lagosians that I've spoken with. The effects that they have had from the government in the area of education and health. And these are two critical areas that the government has pumped so much money into. All of us, know what we went through during COVID-19. We've used this as an experience to pivot that sector to a very considerable height. All of the hospitals that we had one or two issues before COVID-19, if you go there now, they are glittering, rehabilitated. Lagos Island General Hospital, the one on Harvey Road, the one in Isolo. We are building a lot of things that people will see in future. The Massey Street Hospital is there. It's a project of the future, which is already being built now. Dr. Scottish in Lasut, the Oxygen Center, all of the personnel in that sector, they are better for it now because they underwent training in so many aspects of their profession and so many others. But if you look at Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration generally, considering the team's agenda, which is the main foundation of everything that he plans to do following it from the Pillar T, which is the first one, transportation, a lot has been done. The last time I was in Apapa a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't as bad as it used to be. The government has done a lot of things to ensure that the gridlock that we used to experience in Apapa is no longer there. What is going on there is that the people are just trying to disobey the law once in a while, and then you have a traffic jam, and then the road that is being constructed around Mile 2. Once the construction is over, Apapa will be free and free forever. A lot of progress has been made because of the e-call-up system that Lagos and Nigeria Ports Authority have adopted. The waterways, by the time it came in, we had about 7 ferries. Today, 21 ferries are running and more are coming. And for about 3 years now, Lagos Ferry has recorded no single accident. And then if you look at the high capacity buses, about 100 were injected recently, and then the Gaussians are enjoying them. And recently we launched Lag Ride and then last mile and first mile buses. By the end of this year, by the grace of God, the rail will have been completed, and then it will be open for commercial services around first quarter of next year. We have bought 10-car train from America, then another one from Turkey. So the tracks are being built, almost completed. Everything is going according to schedule. The stations are being built in Ikeja here, in Marina, and all of that. Water transportation, we are building jetties, about 15 of them, in Badagry, Apa, Jeddah, Mile 2, in Marina, other places that are about being completed.
What's the government doing about security, really? Looking at the Lagos State Security Trust Fund, any development in that area?
If you look at the security situation in our country, you will agree with me that Lagos is the safest state in Nigeria. This is not accidental. It's because the government has put in a lot of resources into that in terms of human and material resources. You are all here when the president came here to join Mr. Governor, Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu, to hand over some equipment to our security agencies in their hundreds and thousands, bulletproof vests, head helmets, vehicles, and so many other equipment that were given to security agencies. So security in Lagos is something that we are taking seriously. Recently too, about 1,125 men from our neighborhood watch joined the police constabulary unit. And these men have been replaced to everything that can jeopardize what makes Lagos the safest state in Nigeria we are tackling with.
Lagosians would like to know, what does the second term endorsement of Mr. Governor, what would it be? What would it mean for Lagosians?
What it means is that Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu will be there to complete all the good things that he has started. Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu will be coming to complete Mercy Street Hospital, which is going to be the largest pediatric hospital in Africa. He will be there to complete the Lekki-Epe Expressway, a 6-lane road that was last built in about 42 years ago. He has started rebuilding it now, 2 lanes, turning it into 6 lanes, and concrete pavement, which is going to last for another 40 years. He's going to be completing the mental health center in Gateway Engineering. And Fort Mainland Bridge, very soon, a contractor is going to be appointed, I think in a couple of months from now. He is going to see to the beginning and maybe completion of that road, which is going to be the longest bridge in Africa. And then there are so many school projects that we are doing, so many road projects, especially around the Ikorodu, Kumade Road, Bola Tinubu, Igbobo Road, Agric-Ishawa Road. All these roads are going to be completed. In Ojo, the Buba Marwa Road is going to be completed. The new hospital in Ojo too is going to be completed, the general hospital. So he's coming to complete all of that. He's coming to build the kind of school that we all saw the other day in the Lemoro that we opened. So many things are in the pipeline for the administration of Mr. Baide Sanwo-Olu to return to come and complete. And the GOEAC, the advisory body for governance in Lagos, they saw all of these things and they felt that he deserved to be supported. So they supported him. And then when they went for the primary, the party people saw that Mr. Sanwo-Olu has done very well. So they gave him another opportunity to go and compete to renew his term as a governor of Lagos State.
Talking about empowerment, women empowerment, youth empowerment, what are the gains for the second term in the area of empowerment?
Today, so many young people in Lagos are very happy. because Mr. Governor is supporting technology, he's supporting the arts and entertainment industry, having a program in conjunction with one or two academies where our young people can go into and learn script writing, how to cast news, produce a play, a movie, and all of that. The government has put in a lot of money into that, and then young people are going in there to develop their talents. The Lagos State Employment Trust Fund is getting more money now to be able to take on as many young people as possible who are trying to start their own businesses. And then our internship program through the Office of Wealth Creation is also there, taking up people coming out of school for them to be able to have work experience. And thousands of them were registered, I think about 4,500 recently. And of all those people, I think over 2,000 of them have gotten the concrete assurances that they are going to be employed. The aim is that all of our young people who are coming out of school will not just sit down at home and have nothing to do. Then our vocational centers, recently thousands of people graduated there from those vocational centers. We have 18 of them around Lagos. The beautiful thing about it is that once you pass out, you are going to be given equipment for you to go and start. And then our people who are in agriculture, they are being supported by the government in fishery, looking for where to sell their produce. The Ministry of Agriculture has organized off-takers for them. And people are being given land who are interested in farming to go into farming. So in the case of empowerment, the government is doing a lot.
Mr. Governor, a few weeks ago, came up with an announcement. Effective from the 1st of June, total ban on Okada riders in specific local governments, which will also dovetail into some local government councils. Lagosians are a little bit worried with this ban. What's the position of the government, and is this going to be effectively implemented?
Lagosians have seen that commercial motorcycles symbolize security and safety challenges. And the kind of security challenges that are being confronted in other parts of Nigeria, it is the duty of all Lagosians and the government to ensure that we don't have such security challenges in Lagos. There is no way the licensed attitude of the motorcycle riders can continue in Lagos. What the government has done is to look at facts and figures about Okada. January till April, the first quarter of this year, there were about 1,712 accidents in Lagos. And of these 1,712, 767 of them were Okada accidents, which we are talking about 54%. The number of people who are victims of these accidents, 54% of them are young men between the ages of 30 and 39. So these are figures that are really very disturbing. And there is no government that can wash the blood of its young people being spilled on the road just because they would like to get to a place as fast as possible. And then the security challenges all over the place. The Okada guys are becoming lawless. They are trying to portray Lagos as a jungle city. And Lagos state government feels that we have to take our state back, that the kind of things that are being traced to Okada people, they do not portray us as a very true Lagosians that we are. They are not things that we can be proud of. That is why the government decided that as from June 1st, Okada must not be seen, must not be heard, must not be visible in 6 local governments. And the governor said it clearly, explicitly, that this is the first phase of the ban. So those 6 local governments, Apapa, Surulere, Lagos Mainland, Lagos Island, Ikeja, Etiosa, Okada must not be seen at all as from 1st of June.
We've spoken to quite a number of Lagosians. When you look at people trying to get to their place of work, trying to meet up with businesses, there are no enough vehicles that can actually reach into the interiors of Lagos. Is that a justification?
I do not think so. Lagos is the tiniest state in Nigeria, yet it harbors the greatest number of people. In the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, people were working in Lagos. Nobody was complaining. Even then, we didn't have the number of roads that we have now, and we didn't have the number of buses that we have around now. That is why we're encouraging people to use the waterways, That is why we are building the railway that is coming. That is why we are pushing out buses that can go into these inner areas, the last mile and first mile buses. No matter the advantage that motorbikes may have, they can pick you from the bus stop and drop you in your bedroom. That's fine. The advantages can never be so big for them to outweigh the disadvantages. Why the government say we must pull the brakes on Okada. So the people should just give it a chance. And most of the Lagosians that I've spoken with have been on television, have been on radio. People have been coming in. They don't want Okada because they have seen the damage that Okada has done in some other states. And they are now seeing what the government saw a long time ago, that Okada represents a major security challenge. There is a Lagos State Traffic Law 2012, reworked in 2018, which bans Okada from all major highways in Lagos, all major roads in Lagos, and from all bridges in any part of Lagos. The 6 local government is just to give those who are in that trade in other parts of the state enough time to go and look for a more decent way of earning a living. Now, I've not seen Lagosians who are trying to make a case for Okada. Because look at Lekki, for example. As soon as that pronouncement was made, the Lekki people, they had a press conference to say that they were going to back the government in the implementation of that ban, and that they were going to even form a team around their community that will keep Okada away. And then the Arewa community also had a press conference to say that they were going to abide by the rules and regulations that the government has put in place to ensure that Okada does not become a thing of discomfort, and that they have told their young ones to look for another way of earning a living. There was this civil society group too that came up that they were going to support the government, that in fact the ban should be all over Lagos and not just those 6 local governments alone. So it's a people-driven ban. The Lagosians themselves are the ones who are saying enough.
Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner, for information, speaking to us on the City of Lagos TV show. So quickly, on a final note, any word of assurance, encouragement to Lagosians and other stakeholders?
I implore Lagosians to pay their tax. People say Lagos is, the IGR is huge and all of that. But the facts and figures are there. Lagos is a city of about 25 million people. And of the 25 million people, only about 6,000 are paying taxes. And of the 6,000, there are just about 4,200 who are active taxpayers. And most of these 4,200 are people who are paying pay-as-you earn. The big guys, they don't pay taxes at all. The guys who drive the SUVs, they don't pay taxes. I have studied the whole thing. Our tax to GDP ratio is one of the lowest in Africa. So Lagosians, they have a duty, a responsibility to do something about this. So that if all of us pay our taxes, do our civic duties the way we should do it, the government will have money to do more roads, to build more bridges, to put more ferries on the waterways, to put more vehicles there, and to ensure that the railways, once we finish the red line and the blue line, we can begin on the other lines. I think there are about 8 of them. So that railway can cover so many parts of Lagos, and then we will have had the kind of transportation system that this state deserves. Well, I assure Lagosians that the administration of Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu is capable of delivering on its promise of taking Lagos to a greater height, and is going to do so with the cooperation of Lagosians who have been so supportive, who have been so understanding. And I implore them to continue to show understanding, to continue to support the administration of Mr. Bayede Sanwo-Olu. All of us, we see together that our Lagos that we are so proud of, is going to do well.
Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, thank you, sir, for coming.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for now. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment.
For me, I feel yes, it's the right decision. I actually patronize them a lot, but it's helping to keep people safe. If they have a forum where Okada riders can be reorientated on how to drive and how to be safe, I think it's better. But banning them on the highway, it's okay. Our police, the way they work is not right. They are supposed to follow instructions according to how it was said. Now, coming into the suburbs to be arresting them is not right, because the governor said on the highway, so that people who are within communities environment, they can still ply that place. But they have to tell the police to do their job in the right way.
And as for me, it's because our leader, they are not care for the masses. As a civilized country, have you seen them riding Okada? It's an embarrassment, it's an insult as a citizen for a graduate, for him to carry Okada and be riding Okada. If you go to UK, if you go to America, even some neighboring country around us, how many of them riding Okada in their own country? But in Nigeria, they accommodate everything. Okada, you see a graduate riding Okada. How many of their children are riding Okada? If they say they want to ban Okada, let them ban it totally. Okada have injured a lot of people. Let the government find alternative for those people to have their daily meal. If there is factory, some of them they cannot ride Okada. Our law enforcement agents, they are the one breaking this law.
I'm not sure if the ban will work. This is not the first time they are banning Okada in Lagos State. At the end of it all, the people will still come back. You don't just ban something without providing alternative. The government should make sure they put certain things in place to make sure that these people are gainfully employed. The policeman will always collect money, whether you like it or not. They will be compromised. Most of those Okada you see on the road are owned by enforcement who use them, and they just pay them on a weekly basis depending on the arrangement. One of the reasons why the government decided to ban Okada was on security basis. If you observe very well, there are a lot of influx of foreigners disguising as Nigerians and using Okada as a means of livelihood. And from available source or from grapevine, information people are carrying around, there's that feeling that they are gradually overtaking the country in terms of security, in terms of the way they do things. They don't adhere to the rules. Even the way they drive, they just come to Lagos. The next day you see them riding on top of Okada without even learning it. Make sure they know how to ride Okada, license them, have their database, so that whenever there's any crime, anything, they can easily be traced.
It's the right way. That is the normal procedure. Because if they didn't ban them, most of all these boys, they are ready to cause wahala in Lagos. So they have a motive. By banning them, I believe that is one of the solutions. I remember last time during Fashola tenure, when they banned them, at least 60 to 70% of them moved back to their environment, and Lagos was calm. My prayer is that they should even ban Okada throughout the Lagos and Ogun State for peace to reign.
Hi Lagosians, it's showtime! Welcome to your favorite show, Entertainment Lagos, on the City of Lagos TV show. Sit back and relax as we chill you first with Entertainment Gist. I'm your delectable host, Joy Olaide. First on Entertainment Gist, comedian Helen Paul has officially been made a professor of arts, music and entertainment at Hart International University in America, while her husband has also bagged a doctorate degree in law in the same university. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Bamishile. Afrobeat's legendary producer and Marvin Records founder Don Jazzy has just launched Don Jazzy Radio on Apple Music One. This is another huge platform to further promote Afrobeat to the world. Indigenous rapper and street pop specialist Naira Marley has finally dropped his debut album after almost a decade in the industry. The said album is titled God's Timing's the Best. Afrobeat legend Femi Kuti and his son have teamed up for a joint show tagged Father and Son, The Experience. The concert is scheduled to hold at the New African Shrine on June 5th, 2022. Finally, on Entertainment Gist, let's now reveal to you 5 Nigerian comedians who have become Nollywood stars. Bovi, Brother Shaggy, Lasisi Elenu, Mr. Macaroni, and Nedu Wazobia. And that's a wrap on Entertainment Gist. Let's now introduce to you our music artist of the week, Ebele the Flutist, the #1 female flutist in Nigeria. Enjoy her performance.
Isabella the flutist, and I'm the first professional female flutist in Nigeria. I am your music artist for the week on Entertainment Lagos on the City of Lagos TV show. It's going to be a great time with me, the flutist. I'll be right back. Hello everyone, my name is Ebele Eziamakam, but I'm known as Ebele the flutist. I am from Anambra State, Ihala local government area. Professionally, I've been in the industry for about 12 years now, but music for me, playing the flute for me, started quite an early age of about 14. My music career started for me like an hobby. My hobby became my passion because I realized that music was something I couldn't do without. I studied accounting as my first degree, and then I did business admin as my postgraduate course. And I've worked as an accountant for about 8 years. And then I have to leave all that for music. Today, it's more than just a passion now, it's a career for me. I have a lot of singles out there. Jawa Shineke, Ogama. Ogama is an African jazz song. And my latest one is titled Dream Come True. Hello Lagosians, I want to give you a treat of one of my songs titled If You Don't Know. Enjoy.
Sometimes I feel so down and discouraged like you do now. Dark clouds over the sky, and I'm trying hard not to cry. The night is getting so cold, desperation getting a hold, but deep in my soul, I know I'm not alone, so I call on the name of the Lord.
I'm everywhere on the social media. My name is Ebele the flutist. That's the brand name. You can easily just, search me out on social media. Then YouTube, especially, you can get my videos on YouTube and download Ebele the flutist. Ebele the flutist on Instagram, Facebook. It's been a nice time talking with you guys. But before I go, I just want to say these few words to someone out there, to motivate you. Never give up on your dreams, and don't think you can put off your passion. I am an example of one. After studying accounting, business admin, working as an accountant for the oil firm, this is what I'm doing now. Why? Because this is my passion. So do not put off your passion. It's nice being with you guys so far, but I want to part with you with this song, one of my songs titled Ogama. It means it will be well. And I want to say it will be well with Nigeria, it will be well with every one of us.
been a super fantastic time on the show today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you had a swell time. Catch us live again next week as we treat you with another exciting package. I'm still your girl, Joy Olaide, signing out.
The city of Lagos is home to all. Please feel free, feel at home in your city, my city, our city. The city of Lagos. Thanks for watching.